Picture the French national team right now. You're probably picturing the blinding spotlight, right? Shining straight down on their world-famous strikers. But if you look just past that intense glare, deep in the shadows, there's a quiet mastermind operating. Welcome to The Explainer. Today we're looking at Michael Olise's 2026 World Cup, the quiet breakout chasing history.
This is a guy who isn't seeking the cameras. He definitely isn't asking for the microphone. He is simply, methodically dismantling the world's best defenses with terrifying precision. And to really grasp the sheer magnitude of what we're witnessing, just listen to how Zlatan Ibrahimovic describes him. Zlatan didn't even compare him to another footballer. No, he compared him to the ultimate American football orchestrator, saying he was the point guard, the Tom Brady of France today. Think about that. You do not get that kind of praise from a legend unless your vision and control are on an entirely different planet.
Okay, let's dive into this and trace exactly how we got here, because his ascent has been nothing short of blistering. Look at 2021. Michael Olise was playing in the English Championship with Reading. Sure, he was a talented prospect, but definitely not a global household name. Fast forward later that same year, he makes the leap to the Premier League with Crystal Palace and just starts lighting up the top flight. Then, boom, 2024 hits. He secures this massive transfer to Bayern Munich, sparking talk of a staggering €223 million valuation amidst interest from Real Madrid. And now, 2026, he arrives at his first ever World Cup. In literally 5 years, we've watched him go from England's second tier to becoming the absolute beating heart of the tournament favorites.
What's fascinating is the profound contrast in how this France squad was viewed coming into the tournament. On one side of the pitch, you've got Kylian Mbappé and Ousmane Dembélé. These guys are global icons, carrying the weight of massive pre-tournament hype. Every single move they make is documented. But then, there's Michael Olise. He arrived in North America with way less fanfare, operating completely under the radar of your casual fan. He's the quiet architect, the true unsung hero of the squad. Because while the world's defenses were obsessing and panicking over how to stop Mbappe's blistering pace, Olise just quietly slipped into the spaces they left behind, ready to pull the strings.
And man, did he pull those strings. He has absolutely fueled France's perfect record with a devastating string of performances. Remember the Senegal match? When the team looked just a little bit clunky early on, it was Olise who drifted inside, calmly assessed his options, and then completely sliced open the defense with a perfectly weighted pass for Mbappé in that 3-1 win. Then against Sweden, he was just merciless. Operating right there in the number 10 role, he delivered 2 surgical assists in a 3-0 thrashing. And let's not forget the quarterfinals against Morocco. Even though he didn't technically get on the score sheet, he absolutely bossed the midfield. He became their main creative outlet in a commanding 2-0 victory, constantly breaking lines and dictating the entire tempo of the match.
And this brilliantly illustrates exactly why he is so impossible to defend against right now. His former Olympic coach, the legendary Thierry Henry, hit the nail on the head. He said, "He doesn't play the game, he thinks about the game." You see, Olise isn't just relying on raw physical gifts. He's relying on a supreme footballing IQ. He purposefully attracts pressure, waits for that exact microscopic fraction of a second when a defender finally commits, and then he just effortlessly spins away to find the next pass. It's like, while everyone else out there is playing a high-speed contact sport, Olise is playing chess. He is consistently 2 mental steps ahead of the opposition's backline.
If you're enjoying this documentary, subscribe to Flop Files and share this video with a football fan. We uncover the stories behind football's greatest moments and biggest comebacks.
All right, back to the pitch. Because all of this tactical brilliance, all of this quiet dominance we've been talking about, has led us to one single monumental number: 6. It sounds like such a simple digit, right? But in the context of a World Cup tournament, 6 is an absolute monster. That's 6 assists in 6 matches. It's a terrifying level of consistent production on football's most unforgiving stage.
So the crucial point is exactly where that number places him in the pantheon of football gods. Take Diego Maradona. In his legendary 1986 campaign, he recorded 5 assists, while Michael Olise has already surpassed him with 6. The only man left standing in his way now is the king himself. Pele holds the all-time record for a single tournament from way back in 1970. Olise is literally chasing history right now. He's standing right on the precipice of tying and potentially breaking a 56-year-old record that so many people thought was completely untouchable.
And this brings us to a really heavy word: legacy. The long-lasting impact of a player's career. Usually, we aren't talking about legacy for a 24-year-old who is playing in his first ever World Cup, but Olise is actively rewriting history. And why this matters to you, as a fan watching at home, is that you are watching a generational talent secure his immortality in real time. Because breaking Pelé's assist record doesn't just make you a great player for a single month. It instantly cements your name in the museum of the absolute greatest to ever touch a football.
All of this builds into our next dramatic chapter. France now faces their ultimate test in the semifinal stage against the reigning European champions, Spain. It's a massive clash, a highly anticipated rematch of their Euro semifinal. The pressure is going to be astronomical. The lights will be brighter than they have ever been. Which leaves us with one burning question. Can the quietest player in this tournament make the absolute loudest history on the grandest stage of them all?
While the world watched Mbappé's goals, Michael Olise was quietly building a case to be remembered alongside Pelé. 6 assists in 6 matches, 1 first World Cup, and a record that might just be his before the final whistle blows on this tournament. Thanks for watching Flop Files.